Hello guys, I am Rodel Villamero.
And Christian Ray Aliasot.
We are here to report the different ways to run a Java function and learning CSS syntax and proper application. So let's tackle about the different ways to run a Java function. First is the anchor nick. Mouse cursor may not change, only hover in some browsers. Second, CSS could be used to solve this problem a cursor or the pointer. And the second is the anchor hash ref. Mouse hover must show link at numbers. Page may shift to tap on IA6 or an IA7, in which is the Internet Explorer 6 or the Internet Explorer 7. And the third one is the anchor sudo. Old school way of calling the function when the link is clicked. Pseudo protocols its refs are not recommended for usability and accessibility reasons. Nowadays, considered back programming to due to the influx of APIs available. It is messy, it's long, people see in the status bar and it means nothing. Opera doesn't like the ref equals to JavaScript and anything. And the fourth, anchor sudo void. Using JavaScript anything is considered by the some of the bad practice. Pseudo protocols, its refs can cause Internet Explorer to enable a waiting state anticipating the page that to be replaced and automatically disable resources hungry activity. So JavaScript uh, that anything is used for bookmarklets. So was a JavaScript void was zero. The fifth is the anchor return false. Return false because its ref equals to hashtag number not to be evaluated. So safer method than using pseudo protocols examples above such as page jumps. Return can be unreliable all the times. And the last one is the anchor pretty URL and the jQuery. This will use the as we'll see hashtag numbers some real and URL when they hover the link. If JavaScript is disabled, they say something informative. This below this are the example which is the document that on click email link function. This prevent the page from going to its ref. Prevent default. This will use the run function. Let's proceed to the learning CSS syntax and the proper application. So CSS syntax consists of three elements. First is the selector, the property, and the value. So let's tackle about this selector. The selector is the element within your HTML document you want to style. For instance, if you have placed a paragraph tag within your HTML, your selector would be P. This the standard paragraph tag in CSS if you wanted to apply styles to the entire body of your website. You would use body as the selector at a later time. You I learn how to create your own selector using the class and ID tags. And the two property. So properties are those elements that can be applied to a particular selector. Let's take the paragraph from the above example. A few properties you could use to style the selector include the font family, font size, color, and a few others. The last one is the three value. The value is the shape, size, dimension, etc. applied to a particular property. For instance, you would apply a value of 20px to the property above if you wanted your paragraph copy to display in 20px. So selector p and the selector plus property uh, p, which is the selector, equals the font and size selector plus property plus value. So P stands for selector, uh, open and close curly braces, font size, which is a has a 20px. So now let's get into the application of CSS.
So there are three ways you can apply the styles to your documents. So the first is inline styles, internal styles, and external styles. Inline styles simply means you are placing the styles for a particular element within the tag itself. For instance, if you wanted to color the text of a paragraph blue, you will apply blue within your paragraph tag. So this method is okay but not recommended if you had a website 100 pages deep and each page used inline styles when a change needs to be made. You would have to change all 100 pages independently. So internal styles means including your styles within HTML documents itself. At the beginning of your HTML documents, there are head tags. Your styles would be placed between these tags for reference. So you might use this method if you had a single page website. External styles. Using external styles are the most effective way of using CSS. Your styles are held in an outside document that all HTML files connect to. This makes making global changes a breeze. Say you wanted to change the color of links on your 100 pages instead of changing each pages independently. So, laki siya sa inline styles. So, mura siya kabaliktaran. So, you could change the styles within the external documents and there you have it. All pages would be changed because they are all linked to the same style sheet. Why is case sensitivity so much more important in JavaScript? So it is the nature of the beast. Script is written in the plain text for starters, but it is not just a markup language like HTML. It is a code and as such subjects to much more scrutiny by the browser's internal workings. The var names and names. The two variables looks alike almost, but to GS they are worlds apart. What is important is that we recognize it not by its importance but by its very nature. So it is what it is. So function person, name, age, this name is equal to name and this age is equal to age. So variation var persons is equal to new persons Zach 29. The var names and names. The two variables looks alike almost, but to GS they are worlds apart. What is important is that we recognize it, not by its importance, but by its very nature. So it is what it is. So function, person, name, age. This name is equal to name, and this age is equal to age. So variation var persons is equal to new persons Zach 29. Console log persons name Zach age 29 and console log person // function. It is a stand we all have to check our capitalizations or meet with possible negative consequences such as syntax errors, reference errors, and other exceptions. Develop a keen eye and keep a reminder that GS is case sensitive. Nothing we can do to change this.